Hi, my name is Jama Glenn Mustang, and this is my professional e-portfolio for my Master's in Instructional Technology at Fort Hays State University. You're currently viewing the homepage of my portfolio, and it really just kind of gives you a brief introduction of what you're going to be looking at and how grateful I am to have learned from so many amazing professors throughout this journey to get my degree. I really have learned so much, and I'm so appreciative and grateful for this experience. My homepage also includes my contact information if you would like to reach out to me for anything about my portfolio. And the bottom of every page on my portfolio you'll find buttons that will take you to the different sections of my portfolio, which are the candidate information, activity evidence, evaluation, and reflection. The candidate information section is where you're going to learn about me. So it starts with a video introduction that'll tell you about my history as an educator and how I've worked to incorporate technology into the classroom. There's a brief written summary of that as well. It includes the exploration stage of my reflection, my personal and professional goals, as well as where I see myself in the next 2, 5, and 10 years. Candidate information section will also give you my technology philosophy, as well as my leadership philosophy and my professional resume. So those are all pages that you can also click on to learn a little bit more about me and my role as an educator. So the next section I want to talk about is my activity evidence, and this is where I really hold a lot of pride. The activity evidence section includes work from all of my courses within this program, as well as some things that I've done with my students and my professional development plan. My professional development plan can be accessed as a Google document if you'd like to see it that way. You just have to click right here. But my professional development plan really came at a great time. So we have one virtual teacher for every classroom due to the state that our nation is in. And so my plan really focused on providing the virtual teachers with some foundational resources and tools that they can use. So while incorporating teaching my students some of these things as well, like how to use Google Drive and Google Documents, I taught these teachers how to use Writable, because as virtual teachers we still have to get authentic writing samples for Telepass, and a lot of the things that we find online have editing tools. So this is one that they can use, that you can turn those tools off and really have authentic writing digitally. I taught them how to create choice boards in our learning management system, how to use a new district app that they are not familiar with, which is Learning A to Z or Reading A to Z. We learned different things about how to add voice recordings to Google Slides. I taught them about 99 Math and how it's an amazing tool for fluency practice. I taught my students how to use Writable, Pear Deck 101. Just so many amazing trainings happened, so please take some time to look through that professional development plan and the activity evidence that goes with it. So the first activity evidence that I have is where I taught my students how to use Google Documents. And it was a tough thing to teach virtually, where I can't go around and help them type all of their login information in, but I have a video of that as well as the presentation that I used to teach them. My second activity evidence includes a video of working with my learning coach and teaching her about 99 Math. Unfortunately, my trainings for my peers and recordings did not occur as scheduled because we had a winter storm that knocked out the power here for a week. And so she was nice enough to meet with me because we just weren't able to make up those trainings. So that also includes the presentation that I used for that training. And then activity evidence 3 is another training with my learning coach where we learned about Writable. And these two were sent out to everybody that wasn't able to attend since we weren't actually in school. But the professional presentation attached to this evidence was used at the very beginning of my professional development plan and kind of kicked off everything to help these teachers understand how to purposely integrate technology. And so that presentation can be found below. As we go to article summaries, I did not include these into the evidence themselves because they weren't too specific to the lessons that I taught, but there is a summary on three-dimensional virtual learning environments and how these need to be improved to meet the needs of students with diverse needs. Virtual manipulatives and some amazing sites where teachers can go to find some free manipulatives for their students. And lastly, the importance of TPAC in mathematics and how technology can be implemented into mathematics instruction. And then the final section of my activity evidence is my additional resources. And this page has the different types of resources that you'll find. And so I have presentations, videos, infographics, activity examples, and an example syllabus and lesson plan that I created throughout this course, or throughout this program, and then a page where all of them are included. So if you want to focus on one, you can click on those buttons, but you can also go to the page where they're all listed, and you will find each of those resources as well as a brief description of what they include and the EST standards that accompany them. And finally is my evaluation section, which includes the sample faculty review form as well as the peer review form. So I ended up having 2 classmate peer reviews, and those are included, as well as my outside peer review, which was done by Sarah Richenberger, and she was my learning coach at my old school. So thank you for taking time to watch this tour, and I really hope that you enjoy exploring my portfolio.